The Jets took Olu Fashanu, the offensive lineman out of Penn State. They did a little trade back action. Plus, we're heading into day 2, baby. Jets moving on up to the second round. We've got a lot to discuss and react to from day 1 of the draft and also preview day 2 coming up right here on Boy Green Daily.
Zoinks! But it is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans.
Field Yates, baby. Field gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show.
Come on, people. Connor Rogers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor gosh darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever been.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. Hey, what's poppin', everybody? Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcasts, baby. And we're in the middle of the 2024 NFL Draft. Day 1 was yesterday. Day 2 is today. We're going to get to everything here on the program, and thank you for all the happy birthdays. It's going to be spectacular. Got the Jets draft hat last night. Very nice from the parents. Brand new. It looks spectacular, and I will never take it off my head, baby. And I'm wearing the Aaron Rodgers jersey today because this is a pretty good second-round pick for the New York Jets today. I will wear this very proudly for all things green and white. Okay, let's get into a couple of things. First off, I wanted Rome Odunze. I made that very clear. Rome Odunze no matter what. And the Bears ended up taking him, as a lot of people predicted. Now, there's a lot of people in the chat. There's a lot of people last night on social media that are saying, Paul, why in the hell did the Jets not trade up with the Atlanta Falcons for Rome Odunze? And in theory, in our world, it made sense. Falcons, drop back to 10. You get the same player you're going to get at 8. And you get a few extra picks, and we get who we want. It's a win-win. That was the pitch. But that was only the pitch under the idea that the Falcons were taking a defensive player, because the Bears probably weren't taking a defensive player. So you still get your same guy at 8 that you're getting at 10. However, folks, as soon as the Falcons turned in the card, and it was my boy, Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington, it was over. It was explained, and all you could do is go, it is what it is. And I'm not mad about it, because the Jets did try. Connor Hughes said that they made some aggressive pitches to try to trade up in the first round of the draft yesterday. But the two teams, the New York Giants, which was a pivot point at 6, and then, of course, the Falcons said, thanks, but no thanks. We're good with where we are, and that was it. The show was over, okay? The Falcons were not going – obviously, they felt pretty compelled about Michael Penix Jr. He passed all the medicals. They felt really good about him, okay? So that means the Falcons were not going to trade back to 10. And you could say, but no quarterback went there. Yeah, we know that now. But who knows if someone would have offered Chicago, the Godfather offer. Chicago only has 4 picks in this class. They used half of them last night in the first 9 picks of the class. So who knows if Denver, who knows, Las Vegas, anybody goes, hey, Bears, here's the Godfather offer. We'll take him. Falcons trade back, trying to get cute, and they lose that on their guy. So the Falcons weren't going to do it. They weren't going to do it unless the Jets massively overpaid. And even then, they might have not still done it because they were so compelled about Penix. So I'm not mad at all that Rome Odunze is not a Jet. It is what it is. And I just wanted to make sure that we explain that to the fans right at the beginning of the show. So people could be mad if they want to, I guess, because I can't prevent everyone from not being mad. But I think there is a perfect explanation why the Jets did not end up with Rome Odunze or neighbors or anything. They were there. So I wanted to address that immediately. Now let's get to Olu Fashanu, okay, from that perspective. You were able to trade back the Jets' Jedi mind trick, the Minnesota Vikings. Now, maybe Joe Douglas was telling the truth last night. He did his little presser with Robert Saleh after. And he said, oh boy, the phone lines were lighting up at 10. Maybe they were. Maybe Denver and all these other teams were lighting it up. But whether they were or not is not important. Joe Douglas sold the fact to the Vikings. Phone's blowing up. Hey, if you don't take this deal, someone else will. And a quick swap. They dropped from 10 to 11. The New York Jets, they know that the Vikings are coming up for a quarterback. The Jets aren't taking a quarterback. They picked up an additional fourth. Now they have 3 fourths. And the Zach Wilson pick gets erased, gets sent over to Minnesota. We move up in the 5th round. Very, very nice job for the New York freaking Jets, baby. Very good GMing from Joe Douglas. You have to love it. He did a spectacular job. Here are the updated picks, by the way, for the New York Jets for day 2 and day 3. They still have pick 72. That was their original. That's their 3rd round pick. They have pick 111 in the 4th round. Again, they had that. The extra pick they got from the Vikings was pick 129 in the 4th round. And the Jets also have 134. That was the Baltimore pick. They're now into the 5th round now. That's pick 157. They have their 6th round pick, 185, and their 7th round pick, which is Mr. Irrelevant. So they are in every round throughout the rest of the draft as currently constructed, thanks to the New York Jets for those updates on the picks. But let's get to Fashanu first. I'm going to be honest. I love the pick. And people will, Paul, you were team playmaker. I sure was. But as soon as the big 3 were gone, I was cool with either Brock Bowers or offensive lineman. And the Jets were able to trade back a spot, pick up some extra picks, and then secure one of those positions. And I preferred Olu Fashanu because he was one of the pure left tackles. I pounded the table about that months ago. Before the Tyron Smith thing and before Morgan Moses, boy, there's only 2 pure left tackles in this class. It is Joe Alt, who went 5th overall, and Fashanu, who went 11th overall to the Jets on the trade back. And a left tackle is important. The Jets have had a revolving door since, interestingly enough, DeBrickashaw Ferguson hung up his cleats. The Jets have gone to guys like Ryan Clady and Mekhi Becton and this guy and that guy, and it's just been a constant turnstile at the left tackle position. And now the Jets currently have a Pro Football Hall of Famer, a superstar in Tyron Smith, and right behind him, you have a 21-year-old Olu Fashanu who would have been a top 10 pick last year if he came out. He didn't, for whatever reason. He wanted to complete his schooling or what have you. Fashanu is an exciting young prospect. He's 21, and he's an elite pass protector from day one, which, again, was one of the reasons I loved him coming out, because protecting Aaron Rodgers is the most important piece to the puzzle. He can get better with the run blocking. He admitted that last night during some of his press conference media. Phenomenal. He'll get better at that. But day one, step in if he has to this year, which could be possible. Tyron Smith has averaged 13 starts throughout his career, and in particular recently. So that means Fashanu could eventually get out there on the field this season, but in an ideal world, he doesn't, and he just learns from Tyron Smith, and hell, on the other side, Morgan Moses. Okay, so Fashanu predominantly played left tackle at Penn State, but he did tell Zach Rosenblatt yesterday that he's been practicing right tackle a ton, so he has that versatility. So if there were an injury at either tackle spot, he could step up to the plate. He said he did it in practice every day at Penn State, and when he worked with Duke Manyweather ahead of the NFL Combine, he said he also had been doing a ton of right tackle work, so he feels comfortable at either. And even Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show said, hey, maybe we'll throw him at guard. I don't know about any of that. But what I do love is the Jets got premium insurance. Over the last 2 years, the Jets have been royally screwed from an offensive line perspective. 13 different combinations last season. So if Joe Douglas wants to go overkill on the offensive line, I'm not going to be angry about it. I'm not going to step in and be upset. That won't be me. That could be other Jet fans, and maybe some of you are out there. And I'll go through the comments here momentarily. We'll also open up the phone line so you guys can react to the pick and give it to me straight. Do you love it? Do you hate it? I'll tell you I love it. It wasn't what I initially planned. Again, I was on team pass catcher, but boy, I told you guys yesterday, there's not a lot of places they could go that would get me upset. And I'll tell you this, doesn't get me upset. No, sir. So you're protected for now. If Tyron Smith goes down, Fashanu could step in. If Morgan Moses goes down, he is an elite piece of a puzzle, because before Fashanu, it was Carter Warner, Max Mitchell. Would they have been fine? No clue. Not sure. But now we don't have to be not sure. It's Fashanu. And as Robert Saleh said last night as well, for the next 10 to 15 years, he can be your guy. And he gets to learn from one of the best in the business in Tyron Smith. And Morgan Moses ain't too shabby himself. He's not Tyron Smith, but he's a pure veteran. So he's learning from great people. And I'm really excited about it. And if an injury happens, we're not just royally screwed. So I understand a lot of people will be upset because Will McDonald last year was taken. He had the fewest snaps of a first rounder since Vernon Golston. That makes people pretty angry, I imagine. And right now, there's no clear starting path for Fashanu outside of injury. But again, I'm not going to blame Joe Douglas for offensive line love. Think about this. And I tweeted out this stat. I said it on our mini video, and we'll keep doing those mini reaction videos every time there's a Jets pick, and then we'll eventually come on air to talk about it. From 2007 to 2019, that was offensive line neglect. The New York Jets, over that 13-year span, did not take an offensive lineman with a single first-round pick. In 2006, they double-dipped to Brick Jefferson, Nick Mangold. And then from 2007 to 2019, not a single one. That was neglect. And then when Joe Douglas took over after the draft in 2019, in June or May-ish, it was after the draft, so it doesn't matter, of 2019, he has since invested 3 first-round picks in the offensive line, and some have worked and some haven't. You have Mekhi Becton. That one doesn't seem to work. He's still a free agent, so that one not ideal. But you go to Elijah Tucker, who we'll see what the Jets end up doing with the 5th-year option coming up here shortly, and then now you have Fashanu. So you can't blame him for a lack of resources. So he's going to continue to pound it. And that's a part I'm pretty excited about. So Fashanu is an exciting young player to me. Elite pass protector. So if he has to step in this year, he can. He's not Tyler Guyton that you're like, hey, boy, hopefully he can figure it out pretty quick. That's the good news. He can help now. He can help later. And New York Jets, you have your left tackle of the next 15 years, which is important. And you protect that asset. We'll get more into that in a second. Previewing day 2 real quickly. Connor Hughes nugget that the Jets were aggressively trying to move up for one of the wide receivers doesn't necessarily guarantee that they're going to be moving up today. But I would say this. You have 3 fourth-round picks overall in the draft. Well, how many picks do we have now? We have 8 picks now. So we had 7 going into the day. Currently, we have 8. One of those already being used on Fashanu. So we have 7 left. I'm going to be honest. Maybe this is arrogant. I don't think there are 7 spots on this roster. So Jets, be aggressive. You got 3 fourths. Okay, you got 3 fourths, you got your 3rd, and then you got to pick in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. That is plenty of ammo to move up in the draft and dip your toe into the 2nd round, and let's go get one of the wide receivers. Now, I will be honest, Ricky Pearsall, baby, he went at the end of the 1st round. The buzz was real. He ends up going, but there's still plenty of receivers. Xavier Leggett, he ends up being a guy. We can go to best available here and see ultimately what do we got here for the draft. Let's look at best available. I want to take a peek at the wide receivers. There we go. Let's go best available right now, and there should be plenty of wide receivers still on the board. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to just read you guys some of the names that are still on the board. Adonai Mitchell, the Texas kid. Ladd McConkey, Georgia. Keon Coleman, Florida State. Both of the Washington kids. Jalen Polk and Jalen McMillan. Troy Franklin. Brendan Rice, Roman Wilson, Javon Baker, Tez Walker, Malachi Corley, Malik Washington, Johnny Wilson. I mean, there is a ton of names on this list. Jermaine Burton, super talented, but there's some other additional concerns there. You got Luke McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey's brother, Jamari Thrash. I love the names I'm seeing. So how long do these guys last? Is there a quick wide receiver run? If I'm the New York Jets, I'm calling up, baby. I'm seeing if I can move up. Now, I don't know if you have to move up to the 30s, but you have enough ammunition to move up into the 50s, and that might be that sweet spot. In our mock drafts that we did at the wide receiver position, it was in the 48 to 55 ranges where boom, boom, boom. In those scenarios, Pearsall and guys like that were coming off the board. I think I'd love to move up. One of my favorites that I'm reading on this list, I'd love Ladd McConkey. I would move up for him, no doubt about it. Roman Wilson is someone I'd love to move up for. Even Adonai Mitchell would be kind of interesting, but my big board would be Ladd McConkey and Roman Wilson. Those would be my top 2 targets. Troy Franklin is someone the Jets have met with too, so you can't rule him out as an outside receiver, but it'd be Ladd McConkey, Roman Wilson, and then maybe maybe Troy Franklin and Adonai Mitchell behind that core. But again, Malachi Corley would be fun. Malik Washington would be fun. There's a lot of receivers that I love I love a lot, excuse me. So that would be phenomenal. And yes, Ricky Pearsall is gone for anyone who's asking. He went in the end of the first round. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Quick shout out to the 500 plus people that are watching right now. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe, baby. This is the best time of the year. I can't stop smiling. I love the NFL draft, baby. And I will open the phone lines early to allow you guys to react to the pick and also tell me what you want to happen on day 2. So I will throw that here in the YouTube chat. Also, again, thank you for all the continued happy birthday wishes. I appreciate that. This is it. This is the dream, baby. There's nothing I'd rather be doing on my birthday than talking all things draft, baby. Video link to call in. All right, there you are, people. Pin message. That message is now pinned. If you're watching on the Heavy on Jets Facebook page or my Twitter account, which are great places to watch it, of course, thanks to our heavy overlords, those are nice places, but you can't access the call-in link, which again is only available on YouTube. It's youtube.com/boygreen25. Make sure you click the pinned link. And as long as you're in a relatively quiet space and you're on video and I can see you, I will bring you on the show. So we will go through that. All right, let me go through some of your guys' comments. Phil, you're a true Jets fan. I appreciate that, Phil. Thank you. I love it. I love being a Jets fan. I think about that. I woke up this morning going, Jets. Yes. Okay. I can't wait. I think about Jets every day of my life. It's beautiful. All right, let's get to the phone lines. Wow, these things are popping. All right, let's go through all of these. Yeah, I love the pick, too. How does it feel to be legal? I'm 31, not 21, but I appreciate the kind words. That's very nice. Yeah, I'm getting old. All right, let's go to somebody here. We got Hep joining us here this morning. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Happy birthday, bud.
Thanks, pal.
You know, I was really kind of screaming at the TV last night watching those boys come off the board. However, I'm happy with the pick, too. You know, what a great way to study under Smith. He's going to get some really good insight. They're going to take him under his wing, and he's going to be a great player for 10 years for us. Do you think we're moving up with gathering our lower picks and moving up into the second?
If we don't, I think it would be an Idzik 12 level mistake that, again, I'm going to be honest, and that would be super disappointing if this happens. They take all these 8 guys. Again, there's 8 guys total, 7 picks left. If they take these guys and we go to cut day and then like several of them don't make the roster, I'm going to be like, see, this is ridiculous. It should be quality over quantity. This team's all in. And again, maybe I'm being arrogant, but I don't think there's 7 spots available on the team. So to be honest with you, so combine these and move up, and there's plenty of ammo here. And I will double check all the numbers to see how far, what's the highest they could get up. But I think they could easily get into the 50s and maybe even the 40s with some of these picks. So I'm in the middle of writing an article for Heavy. So to get all the official numbers on that, I'll include that in there. But I'm going to be honest. I think there's plenty of room here for the New York Jets to operate properly. Excuse me, and I do hope they do. Yeah, I'll do some math while we're here on the show to try to see how high they could get up, but they should be able to get up pretty high.
Thanks, Paul. Have fun today. Happy birthday again.
Thanks, pal. There's Hep joining us here on the show. Love it, baby. All right, let's jump over. Keep the conga line going, baby. Again, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe, and hell, if you want to give a cheap birthday Boy Green membership group, feel free to do that too. Boy Green Super Fan Club that's available if you're watching on YouTube for a small fee every month. You can either gift that or join yourself. Feel free to do so. All right, let's go to NY Jets FL gracing us with his presence. What's up, buddy?
Morning, Paul. How you doing? Happy birthday, by the way.
Not too shabby. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I appreciate your content and your, enjoyable show that you allow us to call in. I think JD did the responsible pick. Despite the all-in factor, he took a tackle for the long term. It's just go off rogue and take Bowers, and he also got the draft capital. But I just don't want to I just don't want to take all those picks though, Paul, and rent second round and then have nothing left. You know what I mean? I'd rather just even take a future. At this point, you want to take a future second and pair it up with somebody, but I still want to have some some third rounders because I still think we need some defense. I still think we need a run stopper. We need a safe, and obviously we need a receiver.
Yeah, I did the quick math here. So if they package 72 and 111, they could get to about Buffalo's pick at 60. They have multiple picks in the second round. That could get you to about 60. If you went super crazy and package the third and all your fourths together, that might be too aggressive. That will get you into the early 50s. That'll get you around the Philly pick. But to your point, I'm only looking at the surface level of picks this year. There are, of course, a bounty of picks for next year. The Lions did that as they were moving up. They gave up multiple future picks. So the Jets should be creative to do what they need to do. I would love to get, again, one of the wide receivers are really talented. But to your point, there's still plenty of other guys on the board. If Tavondre Sweat slips to the fourth round, if Chris Jenkins, because of what he is in today's NFL, he could slip down the board, and all of a sudden you get someone interesting there too. So, yeah, and obviously Cooper DeJean, he's still hanging out there. Is that where the Jets go to cover safety / corner? That could be kind of an interesting dart throw considering the talent. So there's a lot of options. I agree with you. I don't think they should blow up the whole thing, but I think they should be able to get pretty creative here to get up in the second.
Well, I don't think there's much difference. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think there's that much difference between 60 and 72. You know what I mean? That's I want to keep the third rounder somehow. You know, I really don't. I don't want to move that pick. I'd rather go with a future if I had to, and then a fourth, maybe 1/4 in a future to move up. You know, that's the way I would go. I want the 72nd pick. I think it's valuable for us right now. Too valuable.
Yeah, let me see. 62, 72. That's about $130. That could get us to, yeah, even the future fourth and that won't get us high enough there. I don't know. They would have to, like I said, get creative. And again, the draft value chart isn't the end all be all, obviously, especially with a lot of the trades that we saw last night. But hopefully they do get frisky. I like 72 because I think there's going to be a lot of stuff there, but I also want something in the second. So maybe you can combine some different things. Like some people are being very aggressive here. Mitt Staff is saying Packers would trade 51 for your third and all your fourths. And yeah, you could do that, I suppose, but you'd be kind of cleaning out your clock until late. There might be creative ways where you don't have to give everything up, but that you can still be aggressive.
Hey, Paul. Yeah, I agree. Paul, real quick. I want to ask you about the 49ers. They drafted a wide receiver, and I don't think they got their first rounder for Brandon Ayuk unless it's a future. You know,
wait, say that one
I don't
time.
think
Repeat that.
Brandon Ayuk. The 49ers drafted a receiver, right? And supposedly Ayuk is on. Right, Ayuk is supposedly on the trading block. So I don't know if the T Higginses of the world and the Ayuks fetch what these teams, you know, really want. And I don't want to sign either one. But I'm wondering what's going to happen with these kind of players who are really good, but you know they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay them anymore. Sort of like this sort of going the way of the running backs, maybe. I've
heard that.
Go ahead, Paul.
No, I heard that. Yeah, the only thing I would say is I think it was from Schefter last night or somebody of that nature. I was eating too much draft stuff and it was 2 a.m. and I dozed off a little bit in the middle of something I was doing. I was like, okay, let me finish up here. It was Buffalo Bills talk, who have picked 33, who were in talks with the 49ers and or the Bengals to try to work out something for Higgins / Ayuk or Debo. That was the current buzz of something in that nature. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, to me, the thing I fear, because I heard a lot of Jet fans talking about it because I saw the Bleacher Report trade where the Jets give up like day 2 and day 3 capital to get Ayuk. I just, man, to pay him immediately because everyone has to get paid next year. Not everyone has to get paid. Everyone starts to have the chance to get paid. Sauce, Garrett, Jermaine, Brees, plus everyone who's a free agent. You have Tyron, DJ Reed, Michael Carter II. There's just a lot of people to pay. And if Brandon Ayuk comes in and cuts the line, especially Garrett and everybody, because obviously he can't be paid yet, that could send an interesting message. And boy, the money's going to be crazy for these guys. I'm sure they're looking at what Amon-Ra just got that's reset the market at $30 million plus. I'm just, not sure I want to dip my toe in those waters, but it sounds like And that's a good point from John Sauer. Ayuk is established. That's what you're paying for. You know what he is. The rookie, you don't. So it's compelling, but I'm not sure if I want to pay him the crazy money it's going to cost.
No, I don't think the Jets will. The Bills, I could see the Bills, with Josh Allen's window, if they can afford it, and they lost Diggs, but it's crazy, Paul. Like I said, overview, I wouldn't trade the third rounder. Let's see what we. Thanks, Paul, as always.
Yep, appreciate it, pal. And that is an excellent point. Jared B reminds me, A.J. Brown reset the mark. He's the new number one. It's hard to keep up with all this. A lot certainly happening there, but there is a bunch of buzz that those veteran wide receivers could be moved today. So keep an eye out for that. That is Brandon Ayuk. That is Deebo Samuel. Those two, along with T. Higgins, could be one of the ones that gets moved. I've heard Buffalo is firmly in the conversation. So let's keep an eye. They can't afford it this year, so it'd have to be a crazy, backloaded deal where you're paying him a king's ransom for the next bunch of years, which is not really how you want to construct contracts, because later you're going to need money. And then what are you going to do? Try to push it back even further? So then they get into a real tough pickle, but we'll keep an eye out for that as well. All right, let's get to the next caller here on the channel. Again, that is the pinned comment on YouTube, baby. If you'd like to pop on the show, let's go back to our boy, offensive coordinator, Edward, joining us here on the show. Edward, all right. Olu Fashanu, baby. Excellent, pal.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
What I would like to see the Jets do is take those. We have 3 fourth-round picks, right?
Yep.
Okay, and we have a third rounder.
Yep.
And we have a 5th and a 6th and a 7th.
Correct. Yep.
I want us to get up into the second round, and I would love to take a flyer on that Xavier kid, the one that ran a 4.2.
Oh, he's gone. The Chiefs ended up getting him.
Oh,
Chiefs
they took him,
and
he's replacing McCole Hardman, probably.
Probably, or maybe a mini version of Tyreek Hill, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved to get him and put him in a triple package on the side, in a trip package, and this way he couldn't get beaten up too bad.
Right.
Well, anyways, he's gone. My bad.
No, that's okay.
Anyway, I would like us to get up into the second round, get a wide out, and then with our next selection after the wide out, get a decent safety. That should help the run game as well as bolster that unit that is our weakest.
Yeah, no safety went. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check the big board. Because I'll be talking about it on my radio show coming up here in a couple hours. But I'm pretty sure no safety went. So the whole market's clean. You have Cooper DeJean, who, again, depending on how you perceive him, safety or corner. So that's good value for the Jets when they start picking here, whether it's third or fourth. So there will be value there at safety, which is very nice. So I would love that. Phenomenal. We don't have a long-term guy. Tony Adams, I guess, if you count him, but Ashton's on a 1-year deal. Chuck Clark's on a 1-year deal. The room's kind of barren.
And Chuck is broken.
Yeah, right. He's coming off a torn ACL. So how much can you believe? He signed into a 1-year, $2 million deal, and Ashton Davis is 1.27 guaranteed. I mean, that's not a lot of investment, to be honest with you. So they don't really have that guy long-term beyond 2024.
Well, I cursed a lot when the Bears took Rome, but you can't beat Douglas's mind. I mean, he gets 2 free picks and still gets his guy. I mean, he is Trader Joe. He really is.
That was the first line of my story. I wrote a bunch of articles last night. The first one was Trader Joe did it again, and it's impressive. Again, I'm sure a lot of us were swearing about the Roma Dunze thing, and it is what it is. But we knew that was going to happen, and Joe Douglas didn't just whine about it, go, geez, I guess I'm doing this. He was able to trade back, pick up extra picks, and still get an awesome player. So you can't shame him at all. He deserves high grades. If we're pulling out the report cards already, it's a very high grade. How do you not give him like an A-, a B+ if you want, for what he was able to pull off, picking up assets and still getting a really good player?
Absolutely. And even though, Denzel Mims didn't work out, he did the same thing with him. He got picks and he still landed Denzel Mims. Nobody has a crystal ball. You don't know how these rookies are going to work out sometimes. But he did the best he could.
100%. He went in that Denzel Mims draft. He went from 48 to 59. And to think about it, he also moved up for Brees. He is a second-round movement guy, which, like I said, should be good, kind of fruit for what's coming potentially today. He has not been afraid to move up and move around in the second round previously, whether that's trading back or trading up. So I'm really excited about it. But I love it. I can't believe he was able to do that. And I hope it is the wide receiver that we're chasing today.
Right. Tonight's going to be fun to watch. That's all I can say.
That's for sure. Edward, thanks for calling in, brother.
All right. Take care. Happy birthday again.
I appreciate that, man. Our offensive coordinator, Edward. We salute you, sir. Call some good plays this year. We appreciate it. Very nice. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines. You got another caller coming in. How about Bill gracing us here on the show? What's up, Bill? Good morning.
Hey, good morning and belated happy birthday.
Thank you. Not belated. It's today, baby. So I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I know. It kind of the buzz got around, like some of the the draft rumors that leak. Oh wow, the Jets are selecting this player. It's like, oh, Paul's birthday is coming up. They're like, oh, Paul's birthday is today. Happy birthday! So no, today is the official day of birth.
All right. So enjoy it.
Yes, we'll do. It'll be all draft and radio and work stuff, but yes, I love it.
Yeah, I'm totally satisfied with the pick because O-line was our priority to make sure we have depth there. Because what is it? At least two of the guys are only signed for 1 year. A couple of veterans, so therefore we definitely need depth.
Tyron and Morgan are both 1-year deals and 33. I'm trying to think of who else. Simpson was a 2-year deal. Titman still rookie. AVT, we don't know yet, so we'll find that out. Right. Joe Douglas will probably speak about that on Saturday, whether they're accepting or declining the 5th-year option. If they decline it, he's a free agent next year. If they accept it, he's under team control for the next 2 years. So that one's TBD. But yeah, the two offensive tackles, Morgan Moses and Tyron Smith, they're both a free agent after this year.
Yeah, and discussing AVT, obviously they need to find another guard in the draft as well. But JD definitely, as he said himself, he's looking into every scenario because whatever happens in the draft will determine what he has to do with free agency and also any trades that need to be made in order to finally fill out the roster. And I've heard talk that maybe JFM might be a cap casualty.
Yeah, those tweets. I mean, people, if anyone saw the tweets, let me make sure I read it verbatim here because I don't think he tweets very often, so I should be able to find this very quickly. But yeah, that he tweeted this, and I will read it to you when he tweeted. Yeah, this was the tweet. It was, let me make sure I get the time right, 7:55, 5 minutes before the draft starts. He says, "Life's a trampoline. I'm going to bounce back regardless," with several pictures of him in a Jets uniform. Now, these kiddos, I don't know. They're, I'm getting too old. I'm not understanding the cryptic nature of what the hell. It could be song lyrics. I don't know what's going on anymore. But, that sure seems, if we're reading into it, 5 minutes before the draft, that kind of message sounds like. And then Jermaine Johnson was kind of tweeting about, can't wait, this defensive line's about to get a lot better. I'm like, what in God's green earth is about to happen? What the hell? So we still don't know right now. But yeah, JFM had some cryptic tweets, and Rich Cimini's podcast, he said there may be something coming down the road where the Jets asking him to take a pay cut. It might get awkward. So, we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, he may rework his deal. And it also makes sense that a lot of these other teams that are having cap issues still going into the draft, they may be able to provide us with some of the veteran players that we need to round out this roster, which may include the wide receiver, the safety, thereby cutting down what we need in the draft. So, we'll be able to fill it out that way. So I'm very satisfied. I'm hoping that we'll still pick up some really nice talent in the next couple of days. And shout out to our Rangers and Knicks.
Yes,
I'm very happy where they are, and who knows, maybe the Jets will combine, give us another magical year.
Ooh. I'm fired up for it. That would be awesome. Bill, thanks for calling in, brother. I appreciate it.
You take care. Everyone take care. Have a good one.
And there he is, Bill, joining us here on the show. Let's keep the train rolling. Bess, I believe, is who we have next. Bess, what's up, brother?
What's up, Boy Green?
Hey, what's poppin'? Welcome to the show, pal.
Yeah, man. It's first time on. I listen to you pretty much every morning when you're on, so
Oh,
But
thanks,
yeah,
man. I appreciate the support.
I'm happy with the pick. I'm happy with an offensive lineman. I was either good with the offensive lineman or Brock Bowers, either way.
Sure.
But I think we should trade down to get a second round pick. I say 2/4, maybe a future next year, just to get in the second round. We don't need all those picks, just like you said. No room for all those players, you know?
Exactly. Who do you want? Who do you want, Bess?
And I definitely want I want a wide receiver for sure, at least in the second round. Then a third and a fourth. Maybe go offensive lineman again, just a double dip in there. Probably maybe a safety. And then, you know, we'll see what the 5th round, 7th round pick, 6th round pick, those things bring out.
I like it. Love the plan. Let's go, baby. Yes.
I definitely want to get in that second round because I think we can get a nice receiver out of there just to add some depth at the receiver room, because we don't know what Mike Williams is gonna do, you know, after that ACL. I'm a little concerned with that. I'm happy we got him, but
yeah. I'm in the same boat as you.
I don't know how
100% the same boat. I would just say that. To hear, like, I was excited about the move. How couldn't you be? And then you hear Robert Saleh at the annual league meeting says, "A long way to go." I'm like, oh boy, long way to go. Like, he's been
Robert
recovering for like 5
says
months.
Something, man, it's hard to believe anything.
That's true. So that is a touche tip of the cap there. That's absolutely true. And then plus Alan Lazard. What the hell are we getting out of him? Now, again, I'm rocking the Rodgers jersey. He's going to make Lazard better because he can't be worse. But how much better is he going to be? I don't know. So I don't want to rely on that either. You're right.
I was kind of hoping we would have traded him off during the trade.
Right.
But I guess we couldn't get rid of him. I mean, he didn't have any good production. Who the hell would have wanted him?
Exactly. And all the money. Like, gross. Yeah, disgusting. Yeah.
It's terrible. I'm happy with the way this year's going.
Yeah.
Hopefully Rodgers stays healthy. Cross our fingers, knock on wood, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna have a good year this year. I think we're there. I mean, I don't see any other team competing with us in our division, at least.
Me either. The AFC East is there, baby. We haven't won the division title, since 2002. I think this is our best chance, and we're off to a great start, pal.
Absolutely. But boy, I'll let you get to some other callers, man. I appreciate you getting me on here. Just wanted to throw some thoughts out there. That's it.
I love it, Bess. Anytime, brother. Thank you so much for calling in. Phenomenal. And we have so many callers. Let me tell you this, guys. We have so many callers. This is the first time this has ever happened. I have to scroll to see all the people who are waiting to get on the show. Good Lord. I didn't even know I could scroll. Wow, you people are crazy. I love it. So, Bess, thank you for the support. And I'll just say this real quick for like the bestes of the world, that I love the people that tune into the show all the time and may never call in. They just kind of watch. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with watching, so that's phenomenal. But hey, feel free to pop the cherry. And Bess certainly did that. Boop, he's on, baby. He checked that off the bucket list. Okay, let me try to get an order here. Who the hell do we have next? All right, well, okay, here he is. My father joins us next. Eston Zone.
Hey now, happy birthday, Boy Green.
I appreciate that, Pop. Thank you. Thank you for all the birthday gifts. The draft hat, very nice. Fits nice. Very nice. It's good to rep the merch. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm coming to you from Atlanta.
Atlanta, baby.
Nice. The home of the worst draft pick of the 2024 first rounds.
Oh, that's not right. I love Michael Penix Jr. What a great guy.
It's not about that young man, and it's not about the $100 million they paid Kirk Cousins. It's that you did both.
I see.
But anyways, I digress. But I'm a man of honor and integrity, and I've got to say that Joe Douglas has redeemed himself.
Okay.
Redeemed himself may be a little strong because he was the reason the last season was destroyed by not making moves after week 1. But he's setting the Jets up for the future. I agree with you 100%. We don't need 7 players. We need some quality players. And so really, we've got the list of things we need. We need the weapon. We could use a little more on the offensive line. We need the RB2. So there's things to do, and we really need to target our areas of need, manipulate those 4th-round picks. And, don't forget the toy chest for next year is open too. So there's a lot there. So we can't pass this opportunity up. We're in a good position right now. And if I get it right, so far we're trending exactly like my mock draft. For those that loved it out there, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And so It's going to be a very exciting day, and for your birthday, your mom is currently making a big breakfast, so we'll set a place in your honor.
I appreciate that. I don't think that travels. I'm here in New York, Atlanta. That's quite a drive, quite a flight. Not great.
Well, I'll leave it for 10 minutes, and then,
scarf it down. Well, that's all right. Well, I guess it's sort of the thought that counts, I guess, which was exactly what happened with Rome. The thought that counts. They wanted to move up, but couldn't. So I guess I just have to live with that reality, I suppose. So yeah, we'll see. Again, I hope they move up in the second round. And the good news is that so in the first round, with some of the aggressive talk, they could have given up a future first to move up where people were saying. Thankfully, they didn't do that. And to be honest, there's no moving up that can happen here in the third to second that's going to require the first round pick next year. So they have more than enough picks. So it's good that button is kind of far off in the corner. Joe Douglas can't press that anymore. So really anything they can do is exciting to me from that perspective.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. And for those watching, listening, or later on streaming, make sure you tune in Sunday.
For the full recap, baby. Hop on Pop will be on a Sunday this week. That's right. Full draft recap. Can't wait,
again,
Pop.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it. Thanks for calling into the show. Appreciate it. So we'll be seeing him on Sunday. And thank you, Daniel Murphy, for the happy birthday, Paul YouTube super chat, baby. Awesome. Thank you. We have 700 people in the room, and Daniel, appreciate that. Yeah, that's deserving of something. Let's get Joe Douglas in here. All right, Daniel Murphy. Yes, sir. Welcome to the program. Also, thank you. We got I don't know if this person, I will keep it anonymous. I don't know if this person wants me to say this, but one of our viewers Venmoed me a happy birthday gift. So thank you, viewer. I don't want to put your business out there in the universe if you don't want it out there, but God bless. Thank you very much. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, let's keep going here. Let me go in order here. Let's go to my boy. He came on yesterday. He said it's about damn time. The people were asking for this guy. He stepped up to the plate. Now he's back again with the old discount double check, baby. VR back on the show. What's up, VR? What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going? I thought it was your birthday in the past, but today's your birthday, so I got to do the happy birthday song.
I appreciate that. Yeah, lay it on me.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You're good to grow. So get the candles and blow. Happy birthday to you, to you, to you. Happy birthday.
I appreciate that. Okay, the pipes, the vibes, nice. All right, VR, a full show today.
Let's go. It's a great day. I think we did great in the draft yesterday. I know it was the safe pick. It wasn't the sexy pick. Everybody, they wanted Bowers or they wanted, Roma Dunze. I was one of those people that was a Rome rider. I wanted Roma Dunze. But, you look at this pick and, the draft itself outside of the Falcons really was pretty vanilla. It was pretty much all the mocks that you saw like from late March into early April. They pretty much stayed on script and picked safely throughout the first 8. And Olu Fashanu was always like my number 1 or number 2 tackle in this draft. And if you play chess, the object of that game is to protect the king, and we need to protect Aaron Rodgers. And yesterday when I came on, I said, JD did such a great job in putting things in place in free agency where we didn't have to be desperate in this draft. So we could have went a bunch of different directions. Now, in terms of the practical pick, which is the tackle in Fashanu, people may say, okay, I'm going to grade this just, maybe a B, but you have to take also into consideration that he also moved back and got extra picks from 10 to 11. So take that into consideration, and you have to give this draft, at least a B+ or A- for, the practicality, but also gaining extra picks there as well. So, I think the music is warranted for Joe Douglas, the strut, everything going on. I'm just, I'm very happy about this, and I'm hoping that in the third round, I'm not a fan of moving up into the second round because I think if we're looking for a weapon, there's still weapons that we can get in round 3. I'm hoping that in round 3 we can get somebody like Devontae Walker, who has the same measurables as Roma Dunze. He's like 6'3", basically around the same weight. He played with Drake May in North Carolina. If you look at his tape, he's very fluid in and out of the breaks. He's pretty good in his route tree. So I'm looking for somebody like that in the third round, and we have plenty of picks to even move up into the late second round if necessary, if there's a target that we want. So those are my thoughts, man. But
I love it. I will just say off the top, though, a very rational way to do it. The trade should be factored into Joe Douglas's work. It's not just in a nutshell, a vacuum Fashanu at insert pick. He was able, and he knew what he made the Jedi mind trick. He knew what the Vikings were moving up for, a player he wouldn't touch. So again, the picks are free. Buy one, get one. Whoa, okay, here we go. We got a gift prize. He just got a Venmo birthday receipt. Hey, a 4th round pick. Okay, thank you, Vikings. Phenomenal. So yeah, it's terrific. And I agree with you on the wide receiver. And maybe you're right. Maybe if Joe Douglas plays it tight, and again, if he wants to get a little froggy, it's going to cost like nothing to go from 72 to, let's call it, I don't know, 60. If he wants to make just a mini jump just to get into the back end of the second round, that's totally on the board for him too. So he doesn't have to give up the whole farm, as some people have suggested, to get all the way into the late 40s, early 50s. He might be able to just do the patient approach, which obviously paid off yesterday to get Fashanu.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, listen, love your show. Enjoy your birthday, man. I hope you do something great, spend it with the family, get some good eats and treat yourself, man. Definitely.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
Happy
VR.
Friday, man. Happy Friday.
I appreciate that. And VR, I hope he continues the call in shoot line. He's always looking good. I'm going to be honest. Some people are like, I wouldn't want to bring a VR on the show because, like, bringing him on makes me lesser because he looks so good. He's always dressed to impress. I look at it this way. If you go to a bar and you're a 5 and you bring a 10 around you, your 5 increases to a 7. So I appreciate VR gracing me with his presence. So my FAR is going a little more to a 7. Thank you, sir, for your contributions. And this guy said he didn't care if I gave him a shout out. So let me make sure I do so here. That's not the thing. That is for Jared B. Jared B, part of the Boy Green Super Fan Club, says he doesn't care. Who knows? He was the one who gave me a nice Venmo gift card birthday gift, basically. So thank you very much. Yeah, YouTube does take a percentage of the super chats. So if you want to go to the extra mile, I appreciate that, Jared B. Thanks, brother. It means a lot. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Very nice. That'll go to a safe place. That's for sure. On all things New York Jets. All right, let's keep going down the line. Okay, who's next here? All right, we've got Johnny in the building. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, yo, happy birthday, bro.
Appreciate that, pal.
How you holding up? How you feeling?
I'm good. I barely could sleep last night. I was doing a bunch of Jets work, getting ready for today and everything else. So I probably went to bed about 3 in the morning, and then I ended up getting up about 2 hours ago. So I probably got up about 5, 6 a.m. So I'm fired up, man. I'm ready for the day. I'm just I'm giddy, and I love the Fashanu pick. So that ended up going awesome too. Got extra picks the day today. They might trade up, I'm hearing. So yeah, I'm fired up, baby.
Bro, I'm hurting today, dude. I don't stay up late anymore. Like, I go to sleep pretty early.
Oh, good.
And I stood up because I was like, maybe they're gonna trade back into the first round and do something off the wall. But look, it's an A for me, man. Like, I know people wanted a sexy pick. I know people wanted to go ahead and freaking get this guy, get that guy. But dude, JD made us better today. Like, literally, he did. And Olu, I kept saying, I think that's when I got on here. I talked to you about the K Adams show when they had Duke. I think Duke Merriweather. Whatever his name was.
He's the O-line guru. That's his name. Yep.
And he was the one that was speaking very highly about Olu and saying that he believed that out of like everybody, he's the best pass blocker that they have on there. And there's things that he could be taught. And I thought it was cool as anything, him talking about Tyron Smith being the player that he looked up to growing
So
up
cool.
and whatnot. So, and then Aaron Rodgers. But how about that Aaron Rodgers convo talking about Big Zach throwing that and throwing how he has that connection right now.
I'm glad you saw that, Johnny, because I'm going to be honest. So, like, I try to absorb as much Jets content as possible, so to consume everything. And 100%, I've got that clip right here on the phone, babe. When he said that, I was like, Zach Kuntz? And boy, if you guys missed it, because he did a quick interview with Pat McAfee yesterday, I have the clip saved. I can't wait to tweet that out at the right time today when everything's not going too crazy. He said that he was developing, to your point, Johnny, a nice relationship with Zach Kuntz in practice. And I was like, whoa, he just dropped that little mini thing out of nowhere. So that was interesting. I heard that too, Johnny.
And it's what I've been saying about Kuntz, man, because I went to Old Dominion out here. That's my college out here. And
right.
Dude, he was a game changer, man. Like, they would put dude in, and he's just too big of a damn player, bro. Like, they would put him in the damn line. He would just run and just throw the ball up, and dude catches it Randy Moss style and whatnot.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. That what a freaking draft yesterday, dude. Like, I feel bad as anything for Kirk Cousins, dude.
Oof.
God dang, man, what must have happened to that dude for him to say, like, and you know, Kirk, he's a good dude. Like, he don't,
yeah, right.
Think, and him to be saying what he said, like, pissed off.
Yeah.
I get it.
He must be wiping his tears away with Benjamins and $100 million. But yeah, again, you're right, though. To get someone like, for me, I'm a pretty laid back person. Someone really has to go out of their way to get me, like, not pissed, funny, angry, like doing a Jets rant or something, like to get me legitimately livid enough to do something like Kirk Cousins, where he's given out these statements. I mean, boy, that's oh boy, that's not a great start. My father said it earlier. It's not a great start to the relationship. That's awkward. It is what it is. Like I said, he's guaranteed $100 million, so there's really nothing he can do. But boy, that is awkward.
And dude, the hat game you got on.
Oh yeah, baby.
Fuego.
On the same level now. I appreciate it.
Shout out to Pop Dukes for getting that right.
He's the best.
But yeah, dude, it was a great pick. And then again, you know, I gotta do like my uncle, sing you happy birthday, but I'll sing it the sexy style. So ladies, cover your ears because you know it might get on popping. No, happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday. All right, enough of that. Hey, happy birthday, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. And hey, we got better today, dude. Well, better last night. So
yeah, that's right.
Awesome pick.
Can't
Lad
wait. We're getting better
bring
again.
him home. Bring Lad home.
That's it. I'm with you, baby. You know, on the way out, I'll give the birthday wish, but that's it early. Lad McConkey. Get me Lad McConkey. I don't know how high they have to trade up. I don't know if it's realistic. Maybe he goes in the 30s, but boy, if they can end up with Lad McConkey, I will be a happy lad myself.
Yeah, don't let him go to the Bills.
Yeah, that's it. Appreciate it, Johnny. Thanks, brother.
Happy birthday.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you. And one quick shout out, then we'll get back to the phone lines here. I had a YouTube super chat come in from a boy, VR Diesel. You are a 10 in my book, Boy Green. Happy birthday. Appreciate it, pal. Thank you so much for the YouTube super chat and the call. So you guys have been spectacular. The people at the Boy Green Super Fan Club and everything else. Again, 700 plus people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video. Hit subscribe. Let's make this video go viral, baby. Let's keep popping. All right, we go back to it. Got another member of the Boy Green Super Fan Club. What about Bobby joining us here on the show? What's up, Bobby?
Hey, you do, Paul Green. Happy birthday. I put it in the chat the other day. I thought it was that day, but happy
that's
birthday
okay.
to you.
Thank you.
How's your daughter doing? Good?
Oh, yeah, she's doing awesome. She is, what is that now? Like 2 and change, so 2 and a couple of months is how old she is. So, oh, yeah, blessed.
You know how old my daughter's going to be in July?
Is that 18?
Yeah, 18. Well, you got good memory. Yes. 18.
I remembered. Okay, there we go. Not too shabby.
You're from New York already? You're in New York now?
I'm in New York now, but my father was in the Navy, so we moved all over the place when I was growing up. So I was never in one place too long, but I've been here in New York for like the last 16 years.
What part of New York again are you from?
I'm in upstate, so I'm in Oswego, New York, but I work in Syracuse for my radio show.
Oh, Syracuse. I like the Orangeman. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love your dad.
Yeah,
and guess who called in yesterday to the Jake Asman show?
Oh,
His dad called in. And guess
that's
what
cool.
I got from his dad?
What's that?
Free.
What?
Do you know what he sells?
No. Oh wait, maybe
sells
like a Gus
umbrellas.
Buster.
Yeah, yep. He said that for free for me, his
Oh, that's
dad.
really nice. That's nice.
Yep. And then I think that was a great pick that the Jets picked because Aaron Rodgers brought out the point that he never gave up a sack in college before.
That's pretty darn good for an offensive lineman, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm happy with the Giants. You know, that was a good pick. You think so?
Oh yeah, I love to give. I'm going to be honest. I thought the Giants were going to take a quarterback, and I think that would have been the wrong choice because, like, you have Daniel Jones at least for another year. So what I thought they were going to do and what I wanted them to do were different. What I wanted them to do is get a receiver, and they did. Malik Nabers is explosive. Now I just hope everything lines up. I heard some things over the last 2 or 3 weeks. He kind of has some attitude stuff, and the Giants took another former LSU wide receiver, had some diva-ish stuff to him, but he's really talented. So if you get him the ball, I think he's going to be happy. So I think it's a great pick for the Giants.
Who's Ladd McConkey? Who's that?
He's a Georgia kid. He's one of the best players still available on the big board. A lot of people like him. He is according to Mel Kiper. Yeah, he's number 2. Let's see. 6 foot flat, 186 pounds. He's a really good receiver. Yeah, wide receiver out of Georgia.
He's not related to Phil, is he?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Hey, Paul, you have a great channel because you let us call in. I like calling shows. I hate typing. Typing is a pain. I love to call in. So Sunday I'll be here to talk to your dad. He's awesome.
Yeah, that'll
and
be
he's
fun.
a great guy. Tell him I said hi, okay?
All right, will do. Thanks, Bobby.
He knows me already. Bye now.
See ya. All right, great stuff. Thank you, everybody, for calling into today's show. We went about an hour here talking all things Jets draft first round. Again, a couple of final notes. If I have any birthday wishes, it's for the Jets to trade up into the second round. They have ammunition to do it. My target would be a guy like Ladd McConkey. He'd be very high on my list. Quite frankly, he'd be number 1 on my list. And then we go to other guys like Roman Wilson and stuff. We'll see if some of those guys start to slide. Now, Ladd might not be realistic because he could just go in the 30s and we don't have a chance because he's a smaller guy, but I kind of like him. I kind of like him, so we'll see. I don't know size-wise what the Jets are looking for necessarily in the receiving core, but I trust Joe Douglas to get the job done and make some moves. So let's go on. Let's go on and get one of these wide receivers. Whoever is their receiver of choice, Roman Wilson would be a lot of fun too. The kid coming out of Michigan. He's number 8 on the Mel Kiper big board at wide receiver. He's also a smaller guy. He's only 5'11", $185. So again, it depends on what they want. Or maybe they stay there and take a Brendan Rice or a Tez Walker, as someone said earlier. Either way, we'll see what happens. But the good news is the Jets got better last night, and they're going to get better today, which I'm excited about. Again, whether you're watching live or after the fact, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. Appreciate all the awesome super chats and the Venmos. You guys are way too kind. I don't deserve it, but thank you so much. Awesome stuff. Again, as soon as the Jets make picks, we'll have quick reaction videos on YouTube, so you guys can check that out. And then if something really, really crazy happens, we'll probably go live as well. So just keep an eye out for the channel. We'll keep continuing to crank out content, baby. Like I said, for any of you who have your Aaron Rodgers jerseys out there, wear this proudly for the second round because it's the best second round pick we've ever spent, baby. Love it. Spectacular. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you in a bit here on the channel. Thanks for tuning in, and let's enjoy day 2 of the 2024 NFL Draft. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.